We read the some concept of the standard of in master detail relationship. First of all, in master detail relationship between the standard, there is a four possibility of the master detail relationship. What is that? The one is standard object and one is the custom object. There is a possibility that the standard object related with the standard object related with the standard object and standard object related with the custom object. That means a standard object is a one side and the custom object is another side. Standard object is another side, and similarly custom object is the one side, and there is a possibility that the standard object is one side and another custom object is another side. That means this is the details type side and this is the master side. If I can draw there is a master and this is a detail side. There is a one to many side and this is a many side, it is one side. And there is some rule. What is that rule? That standard object cannot be reside the right side, many side. That means standard object cannot be the detail in master detail relationship. Standard object cannot be become the detail of the detail. So yes, I am asked this question from the ChatGPT. Yes, absolutely correct. Means suppose standard object cannot be in the on the many side or detail side in the master detail relationship. If I talk about the master detail relationship, a standard object cannot be in the many side. Why the restriction is this? Why this restriction is this? Standard object like the account, contact or opportunity. What are the standard object? Standard account, contact or opportunity are the core of the Salesforce and have prefer a predefined behavior like the sharing rule and the ownership mode. These things is happen in the each of the field and each of the object, that the each object have the sharing rule and each object have the ownership model. If standard object on the detail side, if assuming that the if standard object in the detail side, that means many side of the relationship, then lose the independency ownership. That means for the first reason is the what is the first reason? They lose their ownership. They change the ownership to the any custom object or the any custom any object, standard object. Then second one is the inherit the sharing and the security from the master object. They inherit the property of the sharing and the security from the master object. That's why the second reason. First one is lost the ownership, and second one is the sharing and security, inherit sharing and security from the master object. And third one is we delete the master in the detail. If I delete the master field, then the relevant detail field also deleted. The third reason. What are the three reasons why this is a master detail relationship is by standard object cannot be the many type, because first of the ownership, one of the reason is ownership. Second one is inherit the property of the what sharing, and inherit the property of the sharing and the security. What are the property? Inherit the property of the sharing and security. And third one is the what? If we delete the master field, then it delete the custom field also. That's why this standard object cannot become the standard object cannot become the detail or the many side. Standard object cannot be on the many side. This is the reason. This would be the why this This would be the core of the Salesforce core: data integrity and functionality. Why? This standard object are the core, and they handle the data integrity and the functionality of the Salesforce. That's why it not allowed scenario. A custom object can be what are allowed. If this is not allowed, that the standard object cannot be on the many side, then a custom object, only the custom object can be in the many side of the relationship. That means this is not allowed, this is also not allowed. Why? Because there is a standard object in the many side, and it may be possible that it is possible that the custom object is a many type. It may be custom relationship or the standard custom relationship. Custom object should be allowed scenario. What are the allowed? A custom object can be in the detail side of the master detail relationship. Only a custom object can be on the master on detail side in the master detail relationship. Another custom object, maybe the possibility that the one custom object will be the will with the relation with the another custom object, and maybe this one is the standard and this one is a custom, but this should be the custom object. What they are the custom object. If I talk about for example, a standard object is the account, and a student.c is is allowed, but if there is a student object and the contact is not allowed, this is a best practice. If you need to relationship there, a standard object seems like the many side. I use a lookup relationship. For example, if you want to the multiple contact link to the customer student object, use the lookup relationship and from the contact and student. If you want the relationship from the many side, so with the standard object of the for example, I want the standard object in the many side, then it better to make the lookup relationship instant than the master data relationship. This is a better option. For example, if you want the multiple contact link to the customer student object, if you want the multiple contact number, for example, student, there is a multiple contact number of the of the student, there is a multiple contact number of the student, then make instead of the making the master data relationship, create make them the lookup relationship. What's create, make it the lookup relationship, make it lookup relationship. Understand? This is a one concept, and another is another concept, that the as I know that the custom object only can be the detail side of the relationship, but if I talk about the standard object, there is all object can be inside of it except lead and user. These two object cannot be the standard, cannot be the master. Why? Yes, you are absolutely correct. Let the clarify the important rule why this is not lead and user cannot be a standard object. Why this is not happen with them? Let's understand what are the concept that there, as I know that the only the custom object can be on the detail side or the manage side, but there is a two object which is the lead and the user cannot be on the standard object or the details master type. Yes, you are correct. Let's clarify. Standard object as a master in the master data relationship. Salesforce allowed a standard object to be the master in the master data relationship. Salesforce is allowed to object that they can be on the master side in the master data relationship. The details must be the custom object. It is compulsory. It is 100% sure that for the relation that the detail should be a custom object. For example, account and the student C is it's allowed, except lead and user. Lead and user cannot be the master in the master detail relationship. This two field, lead and user, cannot be the master in the master detail relationship. Why? Lead, it is a part of the Salesforce core lead convention process. Lead is a part of the Salesforce core lead convention process and cannot have dependent record that would break the conversion or logic. Cannot have dependent record that it is a part of the Salesforce core lead. It is a part of the Salesforce course. Salesforce core is a good word. Lead conversing process, the conversing process, and cannot have dependent record that would be break the convention logic. It kind of the I think that the lead is the head of the is the concept of the Salesforce core, and it's part of the Salesforce core. And if I make the master record it, then its property is inherited by the child record. Its property is inherited by the child record. It's break the convention logic. That's why it's safe to don't make it at the master of it. Second one is the user. It is a tightly tied to security. It totally tied to security, ownership, and the sharing rule. It is tightly to the security, ownership, and the sharing rule. Making it the master would be causes conflict with the platform security. If make this the user to make this user to master, it will develop the conflict on the platform security. It is tied to the security and ownership sharing rule. That's why user is totally dependent on the security. That's why it's not allowed. And the lead is a kind of the it will be the Salesforce code lead convention if its property is inherited by the another object, then it break the convention logic. That's why it cannot be the master. This two rule of the summarize standard object are the master and the custom object are the detail, except that the lead and the convention not allow standard object as a detail. It's not allowed. A standard object as a detail cannot be in the many side. Lead and user are the master. There is a situation of the I want to ask about the recycle bin. What is that? Recycle bin. What is a recycle bin? Suppose there is a two branches are there is a CS and EC. CS is related with the S1 and S2, and S4. These three are related with the CS. And if I talk about the EC, that there is a S3 and S5. If I deleted the S1, S1 part, this part is I deleted, then after that I will delete this part. What is that? The first I delete first I want to delete the what is that? First I delete the S1, and then after that there is a, if I delete the CS, then it go to the recycle bin. If I delete the CS, there is a master detail relationship between them. If I delete the CS, then S2 S4 is also deleted. S3 S2 S4 is also deleted. In this case, if I go to the recycle bin, if I recover the CS, then S2 S4 is also recovered from the recycle bin, but S1 is remain in the recycle bin. So for the S1 there should be a do undo from the recycle bin, recover from the recycle bin of the S1. So understand what are the problems. If deleted the CS, then S1, S2, S4 are the all are there are deleted. If we delete S1 first initially, then delete the CS, and third one is undelete the CS. When CS is deleted, then S2, S4 is also deleted. I already know if CS is deleted, then S4, S3 also deleted. When undo the CS, S2, S4 is also removed from the recycle bin, and S1 is remain in the recycle bin. Get S2, S4 is back, but not S1 is in recycle bin. Where is the recycle bin? Recycle bin is not in the lightning. It's you have to jump the classic. Classic, there is a recycle bin inside of this, and you can recover the value from the recycle bin. For example, I deleted the student R1. There you can be undelete the key is available here. I will show you in online. Online I will show where is a recycle bin. I am showing where is the recycle bin. Go to the this one, your profile. There is just switch to the Salesforce Classic. Click on it. There is you can click on it, and there is a bin. Recycle bin is available. Click on it. Then you will find out the what are the field you have the deleted. For example, if I go to the student, and if I delete is the STID is the 8 student. If I delete it, the student is deleted. Now STR 8 is deleted. Let's go to the recycle bin, find out. This all the field of the student object. Where is the recycle bin? Why no? There is you can see that the STID 008 is deleted, and you can see that what are the time. It's a 16 and 11:32. At the time 11:32 it was deleted. That's why this is the way to recycle the data from the recycle bin. What I have to do, the jump to the standard to the classic, logic to lightning to the classic, and then you will find the recycle bin. What I need.